Welcome back. All right, quick news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Friday, April the 26th. Starting off with Vancouver news. Of course, we know Demko is week to week, so nothing new to report there other than still week to week. But Tyler Myers, who was out with illness in Game 2, will return for Game 3. So that definitely helps the blue line. I know there's people who don't like Myers' contract, but honestly, Myers is a useful defenseman when he's in the lineup. I think he's had a good year. Again, for the Canucks tonight, I think they're up against it. They're in Nashville, and I think when you're looking at Saros on one end and DeSmith at the other, we'll see how it turns out, but it definitely has dampened the enthusiasm in the market, seeing Demko out right now. Toronto news, so Nylander won't really get into the reason why he's been out of the lineup for games 1 to 3, saying that it's personal. And I don't know if that's his call or the team saying just don't tell them what's going on, just don't tell them anything. Elliot Friedman's reporting it could be migraines. He's had migraine problems before. He went to a tinted visor back in, I believe it was 2022, and stated at the time that, it was because he had migraine problems, and that was to help that. So, again, Friedman saying he'd heard that possibly he was tested for a concussion, but it looks like he's been cleared. He was a full participant in practice. I would think that there's a good chance he plays in Game 4. He did say it's been hard watching those 3 games. I can't imagine being hurt and watching as your teammates are out there playing and feeling like you need to go out there and play, especially when, in Nylander's case, you'd feel like you could make a difference, right? So any way that he can play, he will. It is the playoffs, and of course, if they don't win Game 4, well, then he's probably going to be out for a while. Or, like, at the very least, if he does come back for Game 5, that might be the end of the season, right? So Toronto needs to have that win, and I think they're going to need Nylander in the lineup for Game 4. And I think, if possible, he's going to play. Speaking of the playoffs, so coming out of last night's action, the Tampa Bay Lightning are down 3-0, and they're starting already. The discussions of, is the window closing? Has the window closed? This is how quickly this happens. 2017, Pittsburgh wins the Stanley Cup. 2018, they go out in the second round. 2019, they're out in the first round. And since then, Pittsburgh's been slowly falling, and now they've missed the playoffs in back-to-back years, and it feels like Tampa Bay's following that pattern as well. I wanted to do up like a chart on a whiteboard and map out dynasties and how many years they're really good and they're contenders and how long that goes on for. But that's more of a video I would do during the summer, just looking at how long are teams actually competitive and try to find a measurement for how long a team is actually a contender, how long we can argue that window or that door is open before that closes. And I don't think that for most teams that window is open for that long. It feels like it's 5-6 years and then it's closed up. In some cases, they pry it back open. Detroit's done that, for instance, in the past, but it is not the common theme. Usually a team is really good for a while and then things kind of fall off. So, yeah, we'll see whether or not Tampa Bay's window is closed. Coach Cooper, after last night's game, saying, hey, if guys don't believe we can come back, they can just stay home tomorrow and not worry about practice. I expect to see everybody here who believes we can make the comeback. And what else is he going to say? Like, is there a coach out there that's ever been like, yeah, no, we're behind 3-0? Are we done? I guess we're done. I'm ready to go golfing on Tuesday, so I guess we're done. I don't see anybody ever actually saying that. Maverick Bourque has been recalled by the Dallas Stars, former first-round pick and all. Faxa and Marchment are both seen as day-to-day. So with Bourque being called up, I don't know if this is precautionary or whether or not Faxa and Marchment, one or the other, or maybe both, are going to miss Game 3 against Vegas. But it definitely feels like Dallas is really up against it. They need to win 2 games in Las Vegas, I think, to have any chance of winning the series. And I'm not confident that they're going to get that done. I do have the pint glass ready for another review of a Dallas-Vegas game, and you'll notice that each time I'm trying to make sure there's more fluid in that cup when I have a drink. All right, Washington news, and of course they've been missing a lot of defensemen. Iorio is added to the list of the injured. He will not play tonight. Both Sandin and Jensen are seen as game-time decisions. So we'll see what their lineup looks like for tonight's game against the Rangers. And obviously, this is a team that has to win the game against the Rangers. So again, If Sandin or Jensen can play, they will. This is the time of year where a lot of players are playing banged up and hurt. And yeah, and then we find out when the playoffs are done just how hurt they are. But if Sandin or Jensen or both can go, that would be a boost for the Washington Capitals. They definitely could use that boost because, again, you can't afford to go down 3-0. The Colorado Avalanche, Annunen, it has been announced, is the backup. He's going to officially dress as the backup tonight to Georgiev, which is good news because Georgiev had a rough game 1. He had a much better game 2. But it's nice to have a backup that if things start going south for Georgiev, you can put Annunen in. He is shown in relief. He can be quite good. He can turn things around. So if the Jets built, like, say, a 4-1 lead, you could switch the goaltender and then look to make that comeback, which with Colorado, those comebacks are not common, but not unheard of either. So, yeah, we'll see how that one goes tonight. The draft lottery, the date has been revealed. It's May the 7th. Time is yet to be announced. So I will be doing a video as like a primer for the draft lottery, going over again how it's done, because I understand there are some people who may still think that it's just like the lottery and the balls and the, in the wheel and everything. But that's not the case. And at any rate, it is a little different how they do it now based on really the difference between now and how they did it in the past and all that. So I can do a video on that soon. Because I know there's some new fans that might be watching. Utah has a 7.5% chance of winning the draft lottery, which would be a real kick in below the belt for Arizona fans if they won it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes because the Arizona Coyotes, not one that drafted first. So I always find it interesting when people are like, oh well, the NHL wants this team to have it. If they could wait this for one team, Arizona would have been a playoff team if they could have made the officiating change the results, and they definitely would have won some draft lotteries because, again, so it'll be interesting to see if Utah gets that number 1 draft pick or what happens. But I'll be here to report on it when it does. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.